Hey y'all, it's Miss Aponte. Say hi. See how Brownie's leg is real big? I told y'all that he has a giant tumor and his leg is like really big compared to his other leg is normal. This leg is really has a giant cyst and a giant tumor there. But he's too old. They won't operate on him, so he's hanging in there, aren't you, Brownie? Hey! Okay. This is still that packet. And this is the second page of the packet. This is lesson 21, page 135. If you don't have a packet, you may have the workbook, but you guys are having the packet. So it says, we are only working problem 3A. So I marked all the other stuff out. We're doing 3A. It says, find the surface area. So look back what we've talked about already. This is not surface area. So even though you might have that in your brain from the other day, do not use it. This is not surface area, so don't be trying to do that. You do the surface area. Surface area means you find the area of all the surfaces of whatever figure you're talking about. It's a three-dimensional figure. I want to show you guys something because sometimes it's hard to see three-dimensionally. And I know this isn't very good drawing, but I'm going to show you this figure I drew to try to show you what a 3D object means. So when you look at a 3D object like this, it's kind of hard to see. I put base and base. It's kind of hard to see the sides. And you might say, well, there's only two sides. But if you look at it, there's one that's on the left. That's the yellow side. Then I colored the other one pink right here. And then there's the back. So you have to think. It's hard to see three-dimensionally. So you have to just picture in your mind how many sides are coming up from the base. This side would have one wall coming up, or this side would have one coming up, then that back line would have one side coming up. So each side of the base would have a side of the box or whatever the object is coming up from it. Okay? So there's three different sides that you have to try to visualize here. So you'll know there's three lateral areas you got to find. So let's go ahead and get started. So surface area. Remember I said we're not going to write the surface area formula yet that they talk about? They might say something about find the perimeter, multiply it by the height of the whole figure. We're not doing that yet. I just want you to get used to what surface area is. It's finding the area of all the surfaces. So let's do the lateral areas first. Remember, lateral means the sides. So the way you can think about this one is, this is an odd shaped one because if you notice, all the dimensions are not the same. So I'm going to explain it like this. You don't usually have a box that's that shape. So I'm going to say it's a dirty clothes hamper that fits into a corner where two walls come together. So here's a wall at your house. Okay, and here's another wall at your house. Oops. And where the two walls come together, you buy a clothes hamper that's shaped in this weird shape, and it fits right in a corner. Okay, so we're going to find the surface area of this clothes hamper. To me, it's just easier to think of a figure that could possibly be that shape. So let's do one of the sides first. Let's do green. Let's let green be that side right back there where this wall meets the corner. So that part of the clothes hamper is 7.5. It's a rectangle, so 7.5 wide. And how tall is that side? Well, it doesn't list how tall it is, does it? So you're going to have to assume if this is 15, then this is 15. So that's the green one. Now, because the base has three sides, we know that we're going to have three sides to this figure, and then we're going to have a base and a base. So we did the green one. Next, let's do an orange. I'm going to color one orange. And that's going to be this one, this side. So I'm going to say the dimensions of that side of the clothes hamper that come from that wall, that piece of the clothes hamper is 10 by 15. So we're finding the area of that side of the clothes hamper. Then you would add it to, now there's one more side of the clothes hamper that's hard to see now because I've colored so much. So it is the front of the clothes hamper. It would be right here, the front of it. So it'd be this big piece, the very front of the clothes hamper. So those dimensions are different. This rectangle is 12.5. And so that's really wide compared to the other ones. So it's 12.5. And does it tell us how tall it is? No, but you say if this one's 15, then you're assuming that this one's 15. You're going to add all the lateral sides together. Then you're also going to add the area of the two bases. Now you got to go back and think, oh, how do I find the area of a triangle? Now, sometimes people put 1/2 base times height, but we learned it area equals base times height divided by 2. That's area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So that's our base. Our base is a triangle. So this red is a base. So let's go ahead and do a base. Base times height divided by 2. So the base of one of the triangles is, now they put a little square to show you that right angle. So those are the two sides you're going to use in the triangle, the base and the height. Do not use the other side, just use the two sides that come together to make the little right angle box. That's your base and your height. Do not use the long side. So on this one, the 7.5 and the 10 come together to make the little right angle. So they are the base and the height. So that's the area of that triangle. Base times height divided by 2. Let's go ahead and go to the next base. This base is different. No, it's not. I don't know what I was talking about. That 12.5 made me think it was different, but it's not because you don't use the 12.5. That's the hypotenuse, which we have not talked about. You use the base and the height of the triangle. It's not how high the hamper is. It's the height of this little triangle. And this is where the right angle comes together. So those two sides are the base and the height of that base. So the formula for the triangle is base times height divided by 2. So that's all. That's the surface area of this clothes hamper, which they didn't call it a clothes hamper, but Miss Ponte is. So you're going to take the green side that I had first, the orange side, the pink side was the front of the clothes hamper, and then the top and the bottom of the clothes hamper. That's the surface area. That's the area of all the surfaces. So I need you to go to the next row. Find the answer to the green, write it down, put a plus. Find the answer to the orange, write it down, write a plus. Then after you get through, go to the next row and find your final answer. Just do one thing at a time, because remember, your computer can't hold all the numbers at once. You're going to have to stop, write an answer, stop, write an answer, then find your final answer. Okay, I'm going to come around and look. Thank y'all. Have a good day.